Welcome back to Nini's Texas Kitchen. Tonight we're just going to do a short, quick video to show you how to make homemade Philly cheesesteaks. So, this is a simple recipe. What I buy is some thinly sliced Milanese steak. You can buy cube steak or you can buy sirloin and slice it thinly yourself if you want to. But I buy the Milanese and then I just slice it into thin strips like that. And then you take a little bit of onion and some bell pepper. If you want mushrooms, you can also throw those in there, but I'm just doing bell pepper and onion. And tonight I just happen to have purple onions and orange bell peppers, but normally I use green bell peppers and white onions, but I'm just using what I have. Okay? Then of course we just buy the hoagie rolls. Sometimes if I'm feeling industrious, I'll make my own, but if we're on a quick night, we'll just buy the ready-made sub rolls or hoagie rolls for it. And then you'll also need some shredded mozzarella or some provolone slices. And then I like to put banana pepper rings on mine. My husband doesn't like them on there, but if you like them, you can put them. I put mayonnaise on the bun once everything is toasted and ready. And then I just plate it up. We're also going to have some rally fries from Rally's or Checkers that are just frozen, because these are our favorite quick fries that we like to make. And so I'm using my air fryers to do both the Philly cheesesteak prep and also my fries. So the first thing that I do, if you don't have an air fryer and you want to do it in a skillet, you can do that. You just need the same ingredients. You just do it in a skillet the exact same way that I'm telling you to do it in the air fryer. You'll just do it over like a medium heat, okay, on your stove top. So what I do with my air fryer is I take the little tray out of the bottom, because I'm going to use the bottom as my area that I'm cooking the stuff in. So first thing I'll do is I'm going to put just a tiny bit of oil on the bottom. It's probably about a tablespoon, and that's it, okay? Then I'm gonna set my air fryer to preheat at 375, and I'll let it heat up for a few minutes, and then once it heats up, then I'll add my vegetables, my onions and bell peppers, and saute them for a few minutes. And then once they're done, I take them back out while I cook the meat, just because my husband doesn't like the onions and bell peppers in his. So once it's ready, we'll be back. Alright, our air fryer's heated up good enough. And like I say, it's just one little tiny tablespoon of oil on the bottom. You don't want too much, and you want to make sure that you turn your air fryer down to 375 so it won't smoke. Okay, take your vegetables and put them in your heated up bowl and keep your bowl. Yeah. So I just take like a little tiny sprig of salt and pepper, just a tiny bit, just for a little seasoning. Now I'm gonna turn this back on, and it's gonna just take like 4 minutes or so to get them crisp tender the way I like them. If you like yours more tender, you can do it a little bit longer. Same thing goes if you cook it on the stove top of the skillet. Okay, now I'm gonna start my other air fryer combo machine that I have. So I have 2 of them. They were given to me as gifts. Okay, I didn't go buy all this stuff, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. So I just turn it on, air crisp, and start. And it's automatically set for 20 minutes, but I'm not going to let it run that whole time without food in it. I'm just going to let it heat up for like 5 minutes and then put my fries in there when the 5 minutes has gone by. So it'll be like 15 minutes. They're frozen fries, so it'll take about 12 to 15 minutes for them to get done the way we want them. So I have these in here. You just need to kind of watch them so they don't get too done. When you do that, you just stir them around and you check them and everything. It would be just like if you were cooking it in a pan on the stove. You're still going to stir them around, make sure they're getting cooked evenly, and you do it the same way with these. To me, it's just less splattery mess to do it that way. That's why I like to do it in there. It's just easier and less mess to clean up later. So that's all. We'll be back in a few minutes when we're ready to throw our meat in. way that I like them, just a little bit tender, but still with a little bit of crispness to them. So what I do is I just take them out and I put them back in my bowl that I had them in after I cut them up. And I wait till my meat's done and then I'll add them back to it. So that's all. Now, take your meat, and I didn't tell y'all the amount, but for one you need about 4 ounces of meat. So this is about 8 to 12 ounces. This will make at least 2 real full sandwiches. It might even make 3. But I'm just gonna take my meat that I cut up, put it into the hot oil like that, stick it back in, and turn it on. Now, because this meat is really thin, it's important that whether you're cooking it in an air fryer like me or you're cooking it on the stove top, that you really pay attention to how quickly it's cooking, because it cooks really fast and you don't want to get it too hard. It won't taste good in your sandwich. So I watch it real close, and then you can tell when it's browned up good but it's still tender, it's ready. You don't want it having crisp edges and stuff. So even if you were to cook it on your stove top in a skillet, you need to make sure that you're watching it closely, stirring it, and making sure that it's cooking evenly, but not overdone. Okay? It won't taste good. It'll be tough if you cook it too long. All right? So in the meantime, I also put my 2 buns in my toaster oven, and so once everything else is done, that'll be the last thing that I do, is just give those a slight toast before I plate them up with all the rest of the food. So we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, so in the meantime, I forgot to tell y'all we need to put our fries on. So our other air fryer is ready. So with frozen fries, you just put them in the basket on your air fryer, and then when they're frozen, they take about 13, 15 minutes, something like that. Depends on how brown and crispy you like yours. We like ours just a little bit crisp on the outside, but real soft on the inside. So we don't do them for too long. But just like with anything else, you have to watch them real close to make sure that you're not getting them overdone. So that's it. This whole dinner takes like 15 to 20 minutes to make the whole thing. And the reason I like making fries in the air fryer is because it's just so easy. You don't have to have all that grease. And they get a little more crisp on the outside than they do if you just bake them in the oven. If you want to make homemade fries in the air fryer, that's easy too. It just takes a little bit of extra step. It takes a little bit longer to cook them in there and get them done all the way, because they haven't already been previously cooked. So what you would do is peel them or wash them if you want to leave the skins on, however you like to prepare homemade fries. Then you have to put them in cold water and let them sit for at least 30 minutes to help leach out a lot of the excess starchy stuff. So when you get done after 30 minutes and you drain them, they'll have, like, the water will be cloudy. It'll have white stuff in it. That's starch. Excess starch will make your potatoes too soggy. So that's why you let them sit in cold water and let that come out of it. And then whenever you put them in the air fryer, it takes about 20 to 25 minutes with fresh potatoes after you have let them sit in cold water like that for a while. Which we do that sometimes, but we're trying to do a really quick meal tonight. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, everything is almost ready. Our fries got done after about 12 minutes, just the way we like them. These, I just barely toasted them so they have a little crisp outer coating, but not like brown, because we like them to still stay soft. And then the meat combo is all ready, and I've sprinkled some mozzarella cheese on top. So now what I'm gonna do to melt it, I just like to stick it in here for like 15 seconds, and it just kind of gives it a little melt in the microwave. The meat's already cooked, but I just want to melt that cheese. Then I put mayonnaise on our buns while I'm waiting on my cheese to melt. If you don't like mayonnaise, you don't have to put it on there, or you can put ranch or whatever you like, but we like to eat ours with mayo. Generous mayonnaise. Don't be stingy. All right. So we're done. It's melted good enough. Like I said, we're trying to be quick. So then I just take it, put it on the bun, close it up. There's one. Here's mine with the veggies. Just the way I like it. And then I like to put some banana pepper rings on mine. You don't have to do it if you don't like them. My husband don't care for them, but I do. So I like to put them on mine. Just gives it a little zing that I like. Go. Yeah, we're in Texas, so sometimes we'll eat ranch with our fries, but tonight we're just going with the old standby ketchup. So the sandwich is so filling, you don't need like a whole bunch of fries. So I just made enough for each of us to have some. That's it. Ketchup. Done. And that took like literally 20-25 minutes total from start to finish. Prep, cooking, everything. Okay? So now let's give it a taste test. Perfect. If y'all enjoyed my video making easy homemade Philly cheesesteaks, please like my video, share it to others, and subscribe to my channel. We'll see y'all next time in Neen's Texas Kitchen.